Moana is a good movie, and although there are many people that are praising the daylights out of this movie, calling it
the greatest animated movie of 2016,
I beg to differ. But I still think the movie is enjoyable and is a lot of fun, and I do get why this movie is getting a lot of love, but I wouldn't go as far to call this film great. Because the movie is definitely flawed, but I want to express what I really liked about Moana, and that will be Moana herself, both the character and the voice acting. I thought her character was pretty well drawn out. She's not the usual Disney princess, but is simply the chief's daughter, and actually is shown to have responsibilities on solving problems the villagers might have. And while she does have this symptom of, I want to explore another area and be adventurous-itis, because that's obviously not a thing, she does see that she has responsibilities and has to grow out of it. And when she does think about that option, it doesn't seem selfish. Like, it's not her wanting to go beyond the reef just to see what's out there and no father figure will stop my wishes from happening. But her reasoning makes more sense because it's for her people's safety and still shows that she's still showing responsibility but using a different option that might be more beneficial for everyone else. Also, Auli'i, Cravalho, again, I am sorry with names. I am terrible at names. You can give me the award of worst name pronouncer of all time. Who provides the voice of Moana does a surprisingly great job of giving her character more life and personality. The animation is marvelous. If I were to rate the animation alone, it's an obvious A+. The details with the hair, water, the environment looks fantastic. I also think the character designs look great. It's beautifully vibrant, colorful, almost lifelike, but not hyper realistic that it makes the animated characters look completely out of place, like The Good Dinosaur. It's a nice balance. Then you have Dwayne Johnson as Maui, and he was awesome. When he appeared in the movie immediately picked itself up. Just his voice alone brought something to this character that makes it so charismatic. Also, the movie has a solid message over the concept of what's in a name. That is not your reputation or title that makes the character, but the actions and ambitions that defines the character. And the way that the movie comes through with its morals makes it more heartwarming and touching, and has that Disney touch that makes it have even more weight. The music was pretty good, but the one song that downright floored me was We Know the Way by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Look it up because it's awesome. The movie, however, is flawed, and I'm now going to explain its flaws. People praise that the movie is back with the Disney formula, but it felt a little too formulaic. It's kind of a carbon copy of a lot of Disney movies, and I would be okay with that if it used elements and tropes that were already used in other Disney movies and made something unique and original out of it. It's the princess that wants to be adventurous and wants to explore some land or whatever, but has a father figure that doesn't fully support their ideas, doesn't understand them, and doesn't want to change their ways, and wants to make everything the same, but some bad stuff happens. She goes anyways, finds a character that will help her along the way, but doesn't like each other since their first encounter, but would later understand each other through this journey, leading to a fun musical montage. But conflict happens and makes this one character hate the hero and goes off screen until the script says when he'll come back and be relevant to save the day, and then she learns the moral, faces villains, get the crown, save the town, and Mr. Krabs story. It tells the same story but doesn't add a lot to make it seem more refreshing. And the whole conflict that drifts apart the two characters, that honestly slowed the movie down for me and was actually quite unnecessary. If they would remove that, stick to the adventure, and replace it with a bit more character moments, then I wouldn't have a lot to complain about. But it slows everything down. But unlike a great animated movie called Kubo and the Two Strings that has almost that story and has an adventure that the character needs to go on, that movie never had a moment that slowed the journey or the pace down. And if the two characters argue, they don't weigh the movie down, because they too realize that they have to keep on going and can't bicker with one another because it slows everything down. And if they do seem to not be in that much of a hurry, it's momentary, and you get great scenes of character development and amazing visuals. Like just having the main three sitting down eating fish and actually enjoying their presence is way better than the character doing something that triggers the other character that causes them to leave without realizing that, hey, we got a journey that needs to be done. That's my issues with Moana, and while it isn't perfect, there's a lot to enjoy from Moana, and I can see why it's getting praised. I just wish it wasn't as formulaic as it played itself out. But I also see it as a visually striking, enjoyable, good Disney movie. I'm giving Moana a B.